Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nityanamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here is an instance of Vidura. Who is Vidura? Duryodhana's uncle. Correct. So Vidura. Dhritarashtra, Pandu and Vidura are sons of Vyasadeva. So Vidura, after his duties, then he found that Kauravas are not agreeing for the peace. They're going for the battle and they're not listening to Krishna. Krishna is on the side of Pandavas. And he also found there is a right time where Duryodhana insulted him and he left for a pilgrimage. During the whole Mahabharata war, Vidura was not there. Vidura went for pilgrimage. It's an opportunity he took to go to pilgrimage. Now here it is explained. The Vidura travelled to all the pilgrimage sites and he got purified by travelling to different pilgrimage sites. He's called Virajaha. Virajaha. Raja means passion. Rajoguna. Virajaha means all the passion has vanished. Viraja. So he became purified by traveling to pilgrimage sites. If you observe in all the religions, this traveling to pilgrimage site is integral part of their progress. Christians go to Jerusalem, or the Jews go to Jerusalem, Muslims goes to Mecca, and where does Christians go? Jerusalem, Vatican. So they go to these places, and Hindus go to many other pilgrimage sites. You know, there is one disease called amnesia. Amnesia means forgetfulness. A person may get amnesia because of various reasons. One of the reasons is called Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease or accidents, some trauma in accident or some head injury or any big shock, person may get into amnesia. In amnesia, the person forgets who he is. Suddenly, that person starts asking. And you are his friend, and one day you go, who are you? And he'll ask his wife and children, who all are all of you? Why are you coming to me? Where am I? So they ask very like a child. They don't understand what is happening. This is amnesia. There are many prominent people who got Alzheimer's and amnesia. One of the most prominent example is American President Ronald Reagan. He was the 40th President of United States of America. An American President is considered the most powerful man in the world, isn't it? And He got Alzheimer's. He got amnesia. And American president, everybody saying president, he's saying, who is president? Person has forgotten what he is and what he was. It is said many big leaders have got Alzheimer's and forgotten, but it was not declared to public. Somebody is offered Bharat Ratna. When Bharat Ratna is received, that person does not know who is he, why is he receiving Bharat Ratna, what is Bharat Ratna. So the person forgets who he is Alzheimer's or amnesia. Especially the amnesia comes because of trauma, some shock or some accident, physical injury. And sometimes the amnesia lasts only for 24 hours, for short time, for some people. We had a residency where the young students used to stay. One day, one boy was sleeping in a bunker bed on the second level. He fell from there. In the afternoon he was sleeping, he fell from it. I was there in that hostel and he walked up. I heard a sound. Then he walked up and he asked me, who are you? I was scared. After a few hours he was out. So I got a glimpse what it means. The amnesia, it can sometimes short amnesia. They lose that for some time. Sometimes they lose for 24 hours, sometimes for life. In the cases of trauma, when they forgot the doctors to revive them, they apply various things. They try to strengthen the new brain cells and give some treatments. They also say that give that person some opportunity to recollect the past. Show him the movie which he was like the most in the past. Call that person whom he likes most, always remembers. His children, or husband, or wife, or whoever it is, or father, or mother. Or get the things which are very favorite to him. Or take him to the places of his school, try to bring back his memory. Like that they try various things to bring him back. Some things they remember, very core, one or two people they remember, and rest people they don't remember. All this happens. So the process of coming out of amnesia is trying to recollect, to help that patient, that what he was, by bringing many articles which was earlier dear to him. Now, we should reflect upon, all of us are in an amnesia. We are also amnesia patients. How? We all actually love Krishna, but we have forgotten. Everybody is sons of Krishna. They are asking, who is Krishna? I don't believe him. We don't remember Lord. We don't have a relationship with the Lord. We don't remember our spiritual identity, who we are. So we are also in spiritual amnesia. What is the process to revive us back from this amnesia which we are going through? There are various things. That is a spiritual sadhana. To purify ourselves. The process of purification by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Every day worshipping the Lord. Discussing about the Lord. And one of them is traveling to pilgrimage sites. Traveling to pilgrimage sites is actually the places where the Lord has enacted the pastimes. The Lord has enacted various pastimes, and the great devotees have lived there and living there. By going there, we make spiritual advancement. The purpose of pilgrimage is to make spiritual advance. It is not a trip or tour materially to enjoy. So it's a very serious thing. Going to pilgrimage is considered to be very important in everybody's life. Tirtha Yatra. Everybody is supposed to take Tirtha Yatra. There is no exception. Because we are in a disease, we are under a disease. What is the disease we have? We forgot our God. That's the disease we are in. So, everybody is supposed to go for pilgrimage. So that we can recollect, we can remember the Lord. We can revive our relationship with God. So by going to pilgrimage places, two things happen. One is our purification. By traveling to various places, by following the process of spiritual sadhana, we get purified. The second, we get association of great devotees at the pilgrimage site. You're supposed to go and associate with the people who are advanced. That is the purpose. If you don't go, if you don't associate with the people who are advanced spiritually in the pilgrimage site, we don't get sufficient benefit of travel to pilgrimage sites. How one should travel to pilgrimage site? The Puranas and Shruti Smriti Shastras explain one has to take austerities when traveling. What kind of austerity? One should go in the barefoot to the pilgrimage site. One should wear the simple clothes. One should fast. Sometimes we go to pilgrimage for eating. One should fast on the day he lands up in the pilgrimage site and on the day he is leaving from the pilgrimage site. One should follow the austerities of walking barefoot and taking minimum food, wearing the simple cloth and doing charity, taking association of devotees, remembering the Lord always. This way one has to utilize the pilgrimage. So Vidura went for a pilgrimage means he did not go for it an entertainment trip or tour. He went with the proper consciousness to purify. Hence, wandering in all sacred places, he got purified. Therefore, in our culture, the custom is that when a person says enough, the material life is enough, that person is supposed to leave to the pilgrimage. For whatever reason. Sometimes people get the detachment for a short time because of some adverse situations in life. So if anybody genuinely feels that it's enough, material life is full of suffering and miseries, and he or she should go for pilgrimage. That is the process in the Vedic culture. So that is why here in the purport Prabhupada says, the Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means what? A person who has engaged in the life of brahmachari and grihastha sufficiently, 50 years he has passed. Now it's enough. 50 years when you have passed and you understood what life is. Now please leave. Go for Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means go for pilgrimage sites. Though you may not have the sufficient detachment and sufficient qualification to practice spiritual life, just by going to pilgrimage sites, we develop those qualifications. We get detachment from the material world. That's the power of the spiritual places, the pilgrimage sites. However, these days in Kali Yuga, it has become a fun. Travel to pilgrimage site is also a fun. all of us, all people want facilities. 5-star rooms, 3-star rooms, and the best of the facilities should be given time to time. Food should be provided, weather should be good, and all those criteria people see before going to pilgrimage. Oh, now it's very hot. Let us not go now. That is in the right time. So pilgrimage sites, we selectively see right time, right atmosphere, and all those things in make pilgrimage. Okay, that is also all right. People are at least going for a pilgrimage. There is another kind of mockery that, in the Hindu marriages, before the marriage, the groom, there is a ritual, even today. Okay, the groom says that now I go Kashi Yatra. They're dressed like that, dressed in a simple dress with the umbrella and this thing, and he says, I'm going for Kashi Yatra. Recently somebody shared a video with me. A Brahmana, so-called Brahmana family is doing this ritual of the groom going for Brahmana, this Kashi. He's wearing a white dhoti and a white chadar and holding an umbrella and then saying, and he's carrying some danda. He says, I'll go to Kashi. And all the relatives, everybody are enjoying taking photos, are laughing at it. And then he moves a little bit, then his uncle comes and says, don't go, I'll give my daughter to you, so you should not go for Kashi Yatra. He says, yes, all right, and he comes back, and then the further rituals happen. And everybody was making fun, enjoying, and not understanding the seriousness. I was thinking how this serious culture in the Vedic tradition of Sanatana Dharma, a brahmachari training, somebody got the training to be attached to the Lord. The purpose of life is to achieve the lotus feet of the Lord. That is imprinted in the heart of a person very seriously. He knows my goal is to go back to Krishna. With that consciousness, he feels now, what is the use of getting into family, samsara? I want to leave and go. That's a seriousness. And he is leaving and going. But there was a responsibility for him. Like it happened in the stage of Priyavrata. So he had gone under the instruction of Narada Muni for performing austerities. The father of Priyavrata is Manu. The Manu's one son, Uttanapada, was no more available. He wanted another son to come and rule the country. There is nobody. And Priyavrata has gone and doing austerities. He went to bring him back, come back. Because someone has to rule the country. So Bhagavatam explains how Priyavrata was reluctant. Then finally Lord Brahma came and instructed him as a duty, you must go back to the kingdom and rule as a king. In this kind of circumstances, when there is a necessity, a person gets into Grihastha Ashrama. That's a seriousness. That is why Kashi Yatra, a person wants to go to Kashi. Now what is the fun in making that ritual? The ritual has no meaning. And we are making fun of our own ritual. We are making fun of our own going to pilgrimage sites. We are making fun of our own pilgrimage sites. You see how degraded in the Kali Yuga the Sanatana Dharma has become. It's a very serious concern which we all have. And I was there in Jagannath Puri once. We have travelled there as a trip, as a pilgrimage. We were in the mood to go have darshan of different places, thinking of Lord Jagannath and doing bhajans and kirtans. The room which I was staying, the hotel room, I opened the curtain and watched outside. There is a swimming pool. There are 2-3 people. They swim for some time, come to the side of the swimming pool. They kept big bottles of alcohol. They're sipping the alcohol, and there is all kind of non-veg kept, and he's eating and drinking, and little swim and come, laugh. It's the sight which I saw in Jagannath Puri, where I went for pilgrimage. in the consciousness to see the Lord. But I opened the curtain, I saw this. And that person is also Hindu, Indian. He has come to pilgrimage site. And what is he doing? Great sinful activities. You see how degraded. And what is the purpose of pilgrimage? Purpose of pilgrimage is Vidura was purified of all the passion by wandering the sacred places. At last he reached Haridwar, where he met the great sage who knew the science of spiritual life. He inquired from him. So he, traveling to different pilgrimage sites, is to purify himself, to come out of all the anarthas in the heart. And this is the stage today we are in. The purport Prabhupada says, Narottam Das Thakur has warned. Narottam Das Thakur has said, now these days going to pilgrimage sites, Prabhupada is writing in the purport, it is forbidden for us to go to such places of pilgrimage because in this age, the times have been so changed. A sincere person may have a different impression on seeing the behavior of present residents of the pilgrimage sites. He has recommended that instead of taking a trouble of traveling to such places, one should concentrate his mind on Govinda. And that will help him. So, Prabhupada further writes, to focus on Govinda, we need to be very advanced. However, still we can take some advantage by going to pilgrimage places. So, doing Tirtha Yatra, going to pilgrimage places, not to mark in our diary or our this thing in my life I visited these places. No. It is to make advancement. So it is important. We go to pilgrimage along with the devotees, advanced devotees, and hear from them. And make advancement by going to pilgrimage sites. So it is explained in Bhagavatam. There is a verse. Yasyatma buddhi kunapetri dhatuke Swadik kalatra dishubhauma ijjadhi Yathirtha buddhi salilena karichit Janeshu abhijneshu saeva kokara. Very beautiful verse. What does it say? One who identifies himself as the inert body composed of mucus, bile, air, means one who thinks, I am this body. What is the meaning of thinking I am this body? Everything connected to this body is mine. My friends, my relatives, my family, my bank balance, my facilities, me, my beauty, all are connected to body. Today our identity is connected to body. Body is not there, no identity. So everybody thinks, if anybody thinks, one who identifies himself as the body and who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, kalatradishu, Yasyatma buddhi kunapetri dhatuke, three dhatuke means his body. What are three dhatus in the body? Mucus, bile and air. Swadik kalatra dishubhauma ijjadi, who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own. His own as far as his body is there and they have bodies and there is some relationship, there is some purpose, there is some agenda. That is to advance spiritually, one can use these circumstances. But one thinks, life after life will be together. 7 janmas and more janmas, forever. When there is the intense love, somebody says, I am forever, as long as time is there, as long as sun and moon are there, we should be together. And that will not work. Everybody will depart when their station comes, they will get down and go. Then, who thinks an earthen image or land of the birth is worshipable? Wherever I take birth is great. That becomes great if that place is great where Lord has come. We have no value. You have taken birth, it's not a big thing. Everybody is taking birth. Even animals also taking birth. So what's the big thing in taking birth? So, thinking that where I have taken birth, it is worshipable. No, it is worshipable. Like we say, Janani Janma Bhumishya Swargadapi Gariyas. When does that become? when that place helps you to progress spiritually. It is told in Ramayana. When the place is such that it helps you to progress spiritually. Otherwise it has no value. It is not worship. One who says the place of pilgrimage. The next is Yat Tirtha Buddhi Salilena Karma. One who sees the place of pilgrimage merely the water there. Just the water. Ganga, I should take bath in this river, this pond, and come back. I have taken bath in this river. They have a list of things. I have gone to these many pilgrimage sites. It has no use unless you make spiritual advancement. But who never identifies with himself, feels kinship with, worships or even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth. They have gone, but they have not associated the people who are progressed spiritually. Such a person is no better than cow or an ass. Gunakara. So Bhagavatam is very strongly using these two words. Gunakara. You are equivalent to cow or an ass or donkey. You are not human being. If you are not taking advantage of pilgrimage visits, you are considering your body as your own, you are thinking my wife and children forever they will be with me, and you are thinking your birthplace is so great and it's worshipable for no reason, so then you go Karaha. So what should we do when we go to pilgrimage site? We should take association of devotees and make advancement spiritually as Vidura has advanced by going to the pilgrimage sites. So pilgrimage is important. It helps us to bring back our memory that we all belong to Krishna. It helps us to make us advance in our spiritual life. So, and how to go with great austerity. One has to go and take great austerity in the pilgrimage sites and make advancement in spiritual life. This is mandatory. It's not the matter of joke and fun or material trip where it can give us material joy. It is meant for making spiritual advancement. So that importance is given in our Vedic literatures. With this we will end. Anybody has any question? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्री कृष्ण बलराम की, श्री प्रभुपाद की।